I'm a little nervous.
Are you?
Yeah.
A little?
I had a bad experience with a chiropractor.
Did you?
Like 12 years ago.
You read the informed consent, right?
Yeah, I filled it out. And
You didn't read it?
No, I did, yeah.
That's the way to say it. I have distinct weight advantage here.
This is one that looks like a torture device.
Perfect. The back up.
Oh my god.
You go right here, go in and out with that arm. Alright, let's go.
That escalated quickly though.
Sully with the timing. What a view.
All right, the van tour, the martial arts tour across the country is coming to a close. We're in the home stretch now. Now is when we're driving back west. So we passed through Georgia, Alabama, stopped in Mississippi to go to Walmart and just kind of refuel, get some water and that kind of stuff. And we found this dispersed camping site. But when we drove to it, the path just kept getting more narrow and smaller and more haggard, and we couldn't do it. We almost got stuck. We had to turn around. We made it out, and then we eventually just ended up sleeping in the Walmart that we had refueled at. From there, we drove through Texas, and our AC broke at this point in the van, so it was hot. It's the middle of July, and no AC. Sully was hyperventilating almost to the point where we were all pretty beat up, but we stopped in Austin, and we love Austin, so Sully got to go for a swim and cool off. I took the van to get the AC fixed, and all is well at that point. It was a quick fix. Then we continued driving. We met up with our buddy Evan in Dallas, and we got some training in there at his house. He brings his friends over. He's been a fightTIPS fan for a long time, and he follows the drills from our videos and trains with his buddy, so really cool to go there and see that happen. From there, we continued driving west, and that's when we made it to New Mexico, and our first stop was Roswell. All right, not saying that we're going to be raiding Area 51 anytime soon, but we are definitely fans of the extraterrestrial. So we're in Roswell right now. We're passing through, and like we gotta stop for the night in Roswell. So let's go check out some alien stuff.
So who's that remind you of?
What's happening? Got the same grade. Got the same grade.
Sully. Sully.
So we did it. We went to Roswell, and it's super dog friendly, so we got to bring Sully into all of the different museums and restaurants, and it was a really fun time. I really liked Roswell. It's a very touristy, little gift shop town, but a place I would definitely want to go back. We went to a really cool campgrounds there, Bottomless Lakes, I believe it was called.
It's recording.
All right, guys, we've been living out of a van for 34 days, and people have been asking us, how do you shower? And this is how we've been doing it. Now, actually, we got a Planet Fitness membership, and we've been just stopping at Planet Fitnesses across the country and showering there. And then sometimes we'll stay at Airbnbs or hotels or friends' houses, shower there. That's mostly how we do it. But for the first time, I'm going to try this solar shower by Intex.
Oh.
Size of my chest. Oh,
I don't know. Water hookup.
Water hookup at the site. Fill it up.
This thing will hold, I think, 5 gallons. So, I mean, I don't know how many showers you're going to get out of that. Depends on how conservative you're being. Might as well just shower under that thing.
Tie this string. I'm going to use a moose knot. Not a noose knot, a moose knot. For those of you that were also in the Boy Scouts for 14 years. Know how to do the good old-fashioned moose knot. Be right back.
Oh, you got.
Oh,
Wow, look at
really good on this. There's a little pinch in here.
it's a nice sprinkle. Pretty much. Practically identical.
While we were there, we got to film with my good friend Michelle Waterson, the karate Hottie. We did some tutorials. That's going to be in a separate video, so guys, definitely check that out. We also did a video for her channel, really cool drill on targeting. She posted that on her YouTube channel, so if you want to check that one out, I'll have the link in the description below for that as well. But then it was time to go to Jacksonwink. It was time to get back on track and to focus on martial arts again. So we went to, you know, what some consider to be the best mixed martial arts gym in the world. And we got to pick the brain of Greg Jackson himself. They have dorms with, I think he said anywhere from like 70 to 100 fighters are there, pro fighters. I just got to see some of the training that they did there, and it's super high level, of course. But it was really cool just being in there and just feeling the energy, feeling the power of all the greats that have trained there. Really an amazing experience, eye-opening, and just chatting with Greg. Recommended a couple books to me, one of which was Power of Myth by Joseph Campbell, and is really, I've been reading it nonstop. I love it. It's really opened my eyes. But just his explanation of concepts and strategies and mindset as a coach, as a student, was something that I found really valuable. And Greg, if you're watching, I truly appreciate it. So that entire interview is going to be posted in a separate video. Keep your eyes out for that one, and subscribe if you haven't already to make sure that you can catch that video when it comes out. From there, we got to meet up with Dr. Beau Hightower. Now, one of the really cool things about Jacksonwink is they have a huge sports rehab center on the second floor. And it was there that I got to experiment with cupping, with massage, foam rolling, chiropractor, realigning with a chiropractor, and then different rehabilitation exercises. And it was really eye-opening. I had a bad experience with a chiropractor, I think it was like 12 years back, where I did a lumbar roll, I think it's called, where they kind of like pushed my hip in one direction and my shoulder the other way, after telling them that I had low back pain. And I think what had happened was I just went to a bad chiropractor. I couldn't walk for a couple of days after that. It was really bad. So I had this bad taste in my mouth, and I you know, wasn't sure about chiropractic in general. But what I really like about Beau is he's thorough. He knows what he's talking about. He knows what he's doing. And it's not just realigning. It's also myofascial release. It's also massage. It's also different exercises to strengthen areas. And I felt amazing after going to Dr. Beau. It was painful, but in such a good way. Check it out.
So for the low back, you want to focus on the muscles that support the structure of the low back way more than you want to push directly on the spine, right? So even though that's where the pain is, where you want to actually work is deeper into the glute muscles, down the hamstring, even the IT bands.
Okay.
You can do cupping like right on the low back, and we can do some like decompression adjustments and all that kind of stuff, but you don't want to push pressure directly on that spot. You'll irritate the structure and actually make it worse sometimes. Okay. So stop foam rolling low back, even though you see people doing it all the time.
Yeah.
So ball's gonna go really low on the glute, kind of stand at a 45-degree angle, hinge forward, and just kind of scan the glute a little side to side. And where you feel those tight spots, just drive all your weight back into the ball and hold. So again, that's not where the pain is, but you're gonna feel that as soon as you work into there. And then just hold still on those tight spots.
It's funny because I always go right to the problem area.
I know. So the misconception is that you want to just push where it hurts.
Yeah.
It gives you temporary relief, but it's not fixing the problem, right?
Mm-hmm.
And try not to engage the hamstring and like fight it, just relax. Easier said than done, I know. Right, first, and even before Beau treats it, is that it's a little bit of a roadmap of where areas are tight. So if you were to like roll out your hamstrings with a lacrosse ball, you can see where the spots that are really tight versus where spots that are just muscularly sore.
Right.
So wherever it's really tight is where you want to kind of focus on releasing. When the hamstrings and the IT bands are super tight, they'll kind of yank at the structure of the low back. So the more you can release those, the more kind of relief you get. So go ahead and stand up for me. So this you can put directly on the pain, right? So a lot of times we push on a muscle to get it to release. Sometimes we're going to pull, and so you can do, we call it skin pulling too,
Right.
where you actually like just take the skin and pull at the low back. You can get low back adjustments that way sometimes. So when the fascia binds up, that's part of what causes some of the pain too. So I'm going to start on either side of the spine, and then I'm actually going to go directly on the spine as well.
And is that the idea of the cupping? Is it's pulling?
It's pulling, yeah. So it's pulling to create a little bit of space between the muscle and the fascia.
Oh, so there's no heat involved?
No heat involved on this one. Nope.
I saw a video of Christopher Walken pulling his hair. He does that every morning.
Okay.
And he said it promotes blood flow to his head and brain.
Okay.
Does that make
Well,
any sense?
I mean, kind of. It's kind of the same idea. It is like pulling to create some space, and it's probably good for headaches. Okay, so with these on, first I'm going to have you take a couple forward folds, right? So just, again, a little bit in the knee. It's going to feel super tight with them on. Then I actually want you to take a couple kicks and that kind of stuff too. So the idea is to put the cups on and then go through different ranges of motion that are something that would normally bother your low back.
Okay.
If you got some at home and you put them on, you could like just go through, you know, doing some housework or something at home. But,
Okay.
so take some forward folds again. It's going to feel really tight with them on.
And it's okay if my back.
Yep. Yep, and you can even round all the way in. So you don't even have to think about like a deadlift. Just like go all the way into it, kind of let it release. And then you, as you stand up, you're going to stand all the way up and kind of arch back on it. And that's right. They pop off right now. Okay, go again.
Forward.
Yep. Just real relaxed. Do you feel more restriction in your low back or your hamstrings in that?
Low back.
Okay. Does it feel better or worse with the cups on?
Better in the hamstrings.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know it feels a little hard. Okay, stand back up. Good. And then yeah, just try going through some like range of motion, like throwing some kicks. That's nice. So as they're on, it should feel like it starts to loosen up a little. Good. Now stop with that. Alright, and then try that forward fold again. Hey.
Is Beau still in there?
Yeah, give me 1 second, I'll let him know you're here.
Wow.
Is that looser?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Significantly.
Okay, good. So cupping works really well for stuff on the low back like that.
Yeah.
You can get sets of cups, you can also literally just take the skin at your low back and pull like that.
Muscles in here. Then me and Dr. Gamero are going to play tag and we'll see how far we can stretch the spine out. So turn your head to the left all the way first, and then go to the right all the way, and back to center so it's a little easier to go to the right.
I honestly feel like a little tension going to the right.
Where do you feel that?
Here.
Right up in the spot.
Yeah.
And look straight down. And look up. Been driving.
A lot, yeah.
All right.
Oh, now I get it.
I get it.
Now I get all the Instagram videos.
Right. All right. So tilt your left ear down to your left shoulder. So like that one.
I'm trying.
Go back to center. Give me 6 of those. Perfect. All right. Look down to the left. And back to center. And down to the left.
Vacation camp.
So. And back to center. And down again. There's a good one right there.
Mm-hmm.
And center. And down. Woosah, woosah. This guy's, his knuckles made for me. I'm like, oh no. Oh no.
I would never.
It's about to 1-inch punch me.
Ah.
Give me a leg kick like John did.
Never.
So that one, yeah, that one was right in the thigh meat.
Right in the thigh.
Right in the thigh, maybe the Johnny Bones kid.
I know you're helping. Sometimes it's kind to be cruel. Ugh. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, one of those.
One of those.
And back to center. Give me a couple more. Come on, you got this. You got this.
Oh,
I'm sorry, I'm laughing.
oh my God.
Dang.
No, I'm loving it, honestly.
You know what they say, behind every great man there's a woman rolling her eyes.
Ah, no, this is awesome. Ah.
Perfect. You gotta try this. All right, look straight up for the ceiling. Look up, look up, look up. Look up, look up. Keep going. Keep going. A little further, a little further, a little further, a little further. A little more. Good. All right. Push your head straight back and the neck too. So tuck your chin to your chest and then push your whole neck straight back. Keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. Good. All right. Good. All right, look right again. Good, good. Okay, keep going to the right. Keep going to the right. A little further. A little further. A little further. Good. Back to center. Push your whole neck straight back. Straight back. Good. Go right again. How's that?
Yeah, it feels much better.
Yeah. Go left again. How about that way?
Feels a little tighter than the right.
Where do you feel that? Same spot on the left?
Yeah.
Same line.
Yeah.
Okay. Push your whole head or whole neck straight back. Is that a spot you figured out?
Yeah. The last
Because somebody actually observes. They don't get trained and think they know everything. Go left.
Better.
That's your head. Push straight back. Okay. And we get left. There.
Yeah, nice.
That opened up good.
Mm-hmm.
So cool.
All right. Lay face up.
Oh, good. That wasn't too bad. Wow.
Sanke, you dead, man?
No,
Yeah, man.
I just want to make sure my legs still work. Oh.
Oh my God.
Classic.
All right, that was awesome.
You put that everywhere?
Yeah, yeah. Felt it in my neck, upper back, and then lower.
All the
back.
way to the
Felt
lower, right?
Really good, yeah.
Yeah, it's a decompression. I'm gonna clear your lower neck too. So I'm gonna go right there. Perfect. This one's right in here. Beautiful. All right, sit back up. How you feel?
Good.
35 sitting on a couple 100,000.
I feel good. Oh.
All right, let's go.
That escalated quickly though.
Right, it's like the soft tissue,
0 to
the hammer, 2-on-1.
Yeah, yeah.
So let me just have you stand up and check like a 1-2, and just see how your right hand feels. Are you conventional or you southpaw?
Conventional.
Okay, so pop a jab. Yeah, so the left is a little tight. The right's got a good extension on it.
Yeah.
So go and sit right here.
Left hip.
Left
shoulder.
scap. Yep, shoulder.
Yeah, yeah.
Push your hand down towards my face. Push. All right, let's clear this one out. That's the right answer here.
Wait.
That's the right answer here. It's like, why did I come here? Why would I show up here?
Oh.
He almost jumped into guard. He was ready to.
Yeah, I was ready to pass.
Arm bar.
I was ready to pass. I have distinct weight advantage here.
So we have weaknesses.
Been eating them green chili double cheeseburgers. There we go. All right, let's sit back up.
Oh my God.
And go right here. Go in and out with that arm.
More.
Keep moving that arm in and out. Come on, Shane. You got this.
What am I doing?
This is life tips. There's fight tips and there's life tips. Help me with this movement.
Where am I going?
So do you here, bend it, and go in and out.
It's like dance tips.
And go a little harder.
A little b-boy action here. So you're good. You're golden.
Yeah, easy.
Easy. Like Beau Gross. It's a combo. 3-piece and a soda.
3 pieces.
Two-piece and an armpit sweat.
An armpit.
Which is like the same thing, really, if you think about it. All right, let's go right here. Push your hand there first.
Oh, sorry.
There's the kick. fightTIPS. Kick him in the shin. We stop the groin. Alright, push back. There. Almost got him. Bless you, sir. Push down. There. Alright, 3, 1, 2 again. Yeah. Better.
Yeah.
A little lighter. Better reach.
Yeah.
Just the one more spot. So this hand's gonna go here, up and down. I'm gonna hook you right there. There we go. Last spot right there. Feel it?
Mm-hmm.
That's where the lat ties from the shoulder blade to the ribs. So if it's a little bit bound up there, it'll restrict that motion. Left hook too.
Yeah.
Down. Alright, throw it again. Yeah.
Yeah.
And throw like that check hook, it should feel like it lifts easier too. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And whip it more, right?
And I always thought it was all scapula back here. That's where I'm always massaging. But I didn't realize how tight it was right here.
It's actually the opposite. So like your protractors are going to be more tight, so they hold you in a protractor position. So then these are overstretched. So then this feels achy or whatever, and so you get in there, but it doesn't really fix it. So it's the protractors that you want to loosen more. It's up in here, like pec minor.
Yeah.
So this feels kind of good, right?
Yeah, it does.
If it feels good, you don't want to keep doing it. That means it's too long, too loose.
Interesting, okay.
If it's painful like this, that means it's too short and tight. So when you're training, throwing hooks, editing, driving, all that kind of stuff, it's all flexor motions. We're kind of wired for that anyway. Like babies, they're like this.
Right.
Once their brain develops, they can stand up and fight gravity. But everything we do in 2019 is flexion, computers, driving. All right, let's sit right here. Keep pulling, keep pulling, keep pulling. Nice. Pull that right arm back, or left arm back more. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Very good. All right. See the check hook again. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, feels good. Looks nice. You want to go hip mobs, belt?
You do that? Yeah. Go face up.
How's the lower back feeling? The lighter?
I feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel good.
Feels unlocked.
What?
Feels unlocked.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
So here's the thing: is like you're a pretty mobile guy, so like that rotational adjustment is not going to be one that's going to do well for you.
Huh.
Like even though you might be tight or having pain there, look at how you move. There's very little chance that you're jammed in your hips. So when somebody tries to put you on your side and twist you like that, they're just creating extra mobility in an area which you're already kind of hypermobile.
Right, okay.
So that like the rotation adjustments, if someone tries to do that for you, that's just not for you.
Okay.
And everybody's body's a little different. Like, for example, like my neck does pretty well with adjustments. Dr. Carlos doesn't. He does really good with T-spine mobs and some of the other stuff, but everybody's body's a little different. So if you have a bad experience with something, probably a good chance that wasn't the right move for you. Unfortunately, when all you have is one lens to look through, you want to use the same move on every single person instead of adapting as you go.
Feel it in the back?
Honestly, I could probably go a little further.
A little bit.
Kind of used to
This is what I was talking about. A guy that's got pretty good mobility.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So tuck that left elbow just a little bit. There. Carlos, if you point your belly button towards that corner, that's the last little bit. We're just working on this with Dr. Anthony last week. So find that spot that you were, and then turn your belly button to the corner. Just at the very last second, though. Feel that if it's that last little bit of stretch?
Yeah.
Having great conversations.
This basically creates more space in that ankle joint. Increases circulation, decompresses nerves. Feel lighter on your feet.
Most people lose dorsiflexion, that's the main one. So if you look at the body, like we're pretty symmetrical in most muscle groups. Hamstrings and quads are fairly similar in size, bicep, tricep, rhomboid pecs, and all those kind of areas. the biggest disparity we have is in the lower leg.
Yeah.
So the calf muscle is significantly bigger than the muscles on the front.
That's why we get shin splints when we run.
Right, and it makes sense too because your eyeballs are in the front of your head, so there's really no reason to move backwards. So because of that disparity though, because those are plantar flexors, they push your foot downward, so over time they're going to start to point your toe downward, and when we get that motion, you'll lose that dorsiflexion, and from there you'll start to create motion in other areas, your knees, your hips. That's when people get plantar fasciitis, shin splints, or they'll strain their knee or someplace else. So you want symmetrical movement in all of your joints, and so if you have one joint that's hypermobile or hypomobile, essentially you're going to pick up the slack in the joint above or below, and that's when injuries happen. In particular, people that don't switch stances, so like we'll see this in baseball players that don't switch hit, or golfers, there's repetitive motion one direction, and not being able to switch stances, not only do you lose some of the neurological ability to move, but you'll also create muscle and fascial patterns that can lead to injuries down the road.
There you go. Walk around a little bit.
Especially when you get to my age, you get these gray beard hairs, you know.
No.
The salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper seed.
Not yet.
We're in effect. Want you to crack it.
Do you got any exercises, stretches that I could do that I could take home with me?
Yeah. You want to show them the self subscap release, serratus, and ankle mob with a band? Yeah. I think we're good, yeah?
You prop it up in the corner. You get them right on that spot, underneath the scapula.
Right.
Like right there. Lean into it. Internal, external rotation.
Got it.
So we're basically recreating the same treatment you're getting here.
Okay.
Do like 10 reps, both sides.
Sweet.
Okay. Try that one.
Yeah.
Make sure you got the right spot.
And this one, guys, throwing the jab over and over and over again, the punch that you're going to throw more than any other punch, you're going to get stiff in that area.
For sure.
And just the little bit that he did. Oh, yeah, you're right. It feels just like
Found it.
It's painful, but in a good way.
Right.
And you'll feel it immediately after. Do 10 of these reps and then throw a couple punches, and you just feel loose. You feel lighter. You feel quicker. This is money.
Something here.
Maybe like a
Because here I was pushing down, right?
Yeah,
So-
yeah. But this is where I got the
Right.
pop. This is where I got the crack.
Exactly.
Yeah, I feel it. This is another one, guys, like ankle. You don't think about ankle mobility, but feeling light on your feet, moving around, hopping around, jumping rope,
And
running.
footwork.
Footwork, yeah.
Perfect.
Nice. Sweet.
And then serratus, that's the boxer's muscle, right?
Yeah,
The one
yeah.
that protracts
Got
the
it.
shoulder blade. So they all connect here, so you can see. It's all these little ones.
Right.
It's like a saw. Right in there.
Serrated blade.
Exactly. So if that gets tight, this stays forward, and you don't have anywhere to create that power,
Huh.
right? So
Yeah.
this one, just sit over here. Hand here, double finger contact. Find that
I just
crunchy spot, yeah. Just do yourself here. Self myofascial release. Okay.
It's kind of just like putting in pressure and then moving back and forth.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like a cross friction massage type of thing. So, have a seat.
Yeah.
So here,
Oh,
it'll be there.
that's the one. Yeah.
That's it.
Can you do that yourself? How does
hard
that
to
feel?
feel.
I
Yeah,
want
it's hard
to.
to put yourself through that.
Through the pain, yeah. It's like,
I think you're gonna have to do it.
yeah. Oh man, yeah.
Gladly.
Yeah.
It's like stopping after like only doing a couple reps.
Right.
It's like,
Oh,
oh
yeah,
yeah, that's
I
all I
love
got.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the point of having coaches and drill sergeants
Right,
and
exactly.
chiropractors. Yeah. Oh yeah.
And it's like right below. Yeah. Right below that pec. Feel it on this side?
Yeah. Like trying to even it out now. But
Yeah.
still not putting as much pressure. All right. Awesome.
Perfect.
Well, thank you, man.
Yeah, man.
I
of
appreciate
course.
that. Carlos, right?
Carlos, yeah.
I'm sitting here thinking that this is probably the last stop that we're gonna do to get content, right? Like this is it. We're going home after this. What a success, though. What a great experience everywhere. But New Mexico was like the crescendo. It was the cherry on top. I just got to say, Michelle Waterson is one of my favorite human beings. Her and her husband Josh and their daughter Araya are just such cool people. They took us out to dinner. I truly believe that she's going to be the next champ too. I really do. She's focused. Josh is one hell of a coach. Coach Wink and Jackson here, they have it down to a system, and they're in the position that they've gotten for a reason. They truly care about their fighters. They're selfless, they're focused, they're organized, and it was super cool to be able to experience this, to talk to Coach Jackson, and then to finish with Dr. Beau Hightower was awesome. He realigned me. He did everything from neck, shoulders, serratus, scapula, low back. I've been having a lot of low back pain. I didn't mention it, but I pulled my back out when I was in Philly, and I think it was a combination of all the driving. I did deadlifts, and I was lifting up this generator, which was only probably like 50 pounds or so, but went right up my back, and I was like, ah! And I'd never pulled my back out before. He just did some stuff in there. We did cupping. We did he pulled my head in one direction and my legs in the other, and it felt amazing. I was really nervous about it, but I feel so good now. And then we got a tour around Jacksonwink, and it's just so cool, man. They got dorms here. They got like 70 to 100 fighters, and the energy is super high in there. The people are focused. They're dedicated. You know, everyone flies in, they travel in, they live here so that they can become the next best UFC fighter, MMA champions. You know, our buddy Aaron Pico was in there. Man, just such a cool experience. The rain's coming down, it's starting to thunder, so we're going to wrap it up. But thank you guys so much for tuning in, for making this possible, for following fightTIPS, and allowing us to do this full time. Marie and I truly appreciate it. This was a super cool experience, and I'm sure it's not going to be the last one. Jackie Van is just getting started. We're going to be doing another tour. We just got to find different places to go, so let us know where we should visit next. Thank you guys from the bottom of our hearts. We truly appreciate it. Until next time, I'm Shane with fightTIPS for the underdogs. Car wash from Breaking Bad, the A1A car wash. Ah, it's so cool. Who's that?
I can't bite it. I just can't chew ice cream.